In the failed dark universe that was being developed and distributed by Universal Pictures, Dracula Untold stands out as a unique and detailed reimagining of the vampire legend, seamlessly blending historical drama with dark fantasy. Directed by Gary Shore in 2014, this film takes a different path from traditional vampire stories, offering a fresh perspective on the genre by transforming the well-known Dracula tale into an exciting story of power, sacrifice, and destiny. At the heart of this reinterpreted narrative lies the historical figure of Gaius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, also known as Caligula, the Roman emperor whose reign from 37 to 41 AD was marked by tyranny and extravagance. In a creative twist, Dracula Untold reinterprets Caligula not only as a historical character, but also as a central figure in the vampire legend. The movie explores an alternative story in which Caligula's quest for immortality leads him down a dark path, turning him into the first vampire and setting the stage for a story that seamlessly intertwines history and myth, enveloping the audience in a world where the boundaries between hero and villain blur amid ancient curses and dark pacts. Caligula's reign in history is infamous for his erratic and often cruel decisions, characterized by lavish extravagance and arbitrary cruelty. Dracula Untold reinterprets these actions as a result of Caligula's vampiric nature, making his thirst for blood and power reflect his historical extravagance and cruelty. This blend of fact and fiction creates an intriguing story that portrays Caligula not only as a tyrant of history, but also as a tragic figure trapped by his insatiable hunger for power, ultimately leading to his transformation into a vampire. Thus, Caligula serves as a symbol of the corruption and downfall that can result from the pursuit of immortality and absolute power, a theme deeply rooted in the vampire genre. The film shows us Caligula's life from being a Roman emperor to becoming a creature of the night, marked by a Faustian pact, a supernatural transformation, and a curse that would imprison him for centuries. Caligula's descent into the realm of the undead begins with his desperate quest for power and immortality. Driven by paranoia and madness, he delves into forbidden arts, performing a dark ritual to summon a demon from hell. The demon offers Caligula the gift of immortality in exchange for a pact, the consumption of his own blood. This act, symbolizing the ultimate defiance of natural laws, grants him not only immortality but also supernatural powers beyond mortal comprehension. Caligula, in his relentless thirst for dominion, accepts the offer, unaware of the terrible price he would pay for this action. After drinking the demon's blood, his body undergoes a gruesome transformation. His teeth turn into fangs and his nails become sharp claws, marking his transition into a creature of predation and darkness. Alongside these physical changes, he acquires the curse of immortality, severing his ties with the human world. This is how Caligula becomes the first of his kind, a being of the night and blood, powerful yet damned. Despite this, the gift of immortality comes with a cruel twist. The demon had set a trap for Caligula. His new powers and eternal life are accompanied by a curse of confinement, binding him to the Broken Tooth Mountain, a remote and desolate place shrouded in darkness and mystery. This curse condemns him to an eternity of solitude and imprisonment, where he must feed on the blood of unwary travelers who come too close to his lair. This story paints a vivid picture of Caligula's fall from the pinnacle of power to the depths of supernatural darkness, capturing the essence of a character whose pursuit of eternal dominance led to an eternity of loneliness and despair. His interactions with Vlad Tepes, also known as Vlad the Impaler, form the core of the story as Vlad grapples with the seductive yet dangerous nature of the vampiric power sought by Caligula. The Prince of Wallachia, known for his fierce rule and the moniker the Impaler, finds himself in dire circumstances. Confronted by the formidable Ottoman Empire, which threatens his kingdom and demands a tribute of 1,000 children, including his own son, to integrate into their army, Vlad embarks on a quest for power to protect his realm and his family. This quest leads him into the domains of the dreaded and powerful Caligula. When Vlad ventures into this lair, he encounters a cavernous and shadowy realm where time seems to stand still, and the weight of centuries of isolation and darkness is palpable. The environment reflects Caligula's curse and eternal imprisonment, adorned with remnants of his past victims and the sinister echoes of his vampiric existence. Finding Caligula in his lair, Vlad confronts the true nature of the vampire. Caligula, intrigued by Vlad's audacity and desperation, offers him a deal. He proposes to grant Vlad the powers of a vampire for 3 days, during which Vlad will possess superhuman strength, speed, and other vampiric abilities to defeat his enemies. However, this extraordinary power comes with a condition. Vlad must resist the overwhelming thirst for human blood during these 3 days. If he succumbs, he will be turned into a vampire permanently. If he abstains, he will return to his human form and lose the powers. This condition sets the stage for internal struggle and moral dilemmas for Vlad. Furthermore, an underlying term in this agreement is that if Vlad becomes a vampire permanently, Caligula will be free from his curse and confinement on the Broken Tooth Mountain. Accepting the deal, Vlad drinks the blood offered by Caligula, and his transformation begins. Immediately, Vlad experiences the emerging powers of a vampire. His strength and senses are magnified exponentially, allowing him to perceive the world in ways he never could before. He gains the ability to move with incredible speed, control over nocturnal creatures, and near invulnerability. Vlad grapples with the monstrous nature of his new abilities and the insatiable thirst for blood. His transformation also entails a significant change in his character and how others perceive him. As he uses his new powers against his enemies, he manages to save his kingdom but risks losing his humanity and the trust of his people. Vlad's agreement with Caligula becomes a crucial turning point in Dracula Untold, propelling the narrative into a complex exploration of themes such as the nature of power, the sacrifices made for protection and love, and the fine line between heroism and monstrosity. The implications of this change are profound, affecting not only Vlad's fate, but also the lives of those around him, setting the stage for his eventual destiny as Dracula. Caligula, as the first vampire, possesses formidable and terrifying abilities. His vampiric nature grants him superhuman strength surpassing that of any mortal man, making him a formidable adversary in combat. Immortality, a central aspect of his nature, means he has lived for centuries, witnessing the rise and fall of empires and the passage of countless generations. In addition to his strength and immortality, Caligula exhibits other supernatural abilities. His incredible speed allows him to move so swiftly that he becomes a blurry figure to human eyes, striking with deadly precision before his victims can react. His heightened senses enable him to hear the faintest heartbeats and see in complete darkness. His regenerative powers allow him to quickly heal from wounds that would be fatal to a human, further solidifying his status as an almost invincible being. However, Caligula's powers come with inherent weaknesses in line with vampire tradition. Silver and sunlight are his greatest vulnerabilities. Silver distorts his vision and weakens his strength, while sunlight can burn his flesh and threaten his existence if exposed for an extended period. These weaknesses play a crucial role in his interactions with Vlad and in the development of the movie's story. Caligula's influence and manipulation play a critical role in shaping the events of the movie. He is portrayed as a cunning and manipulative character, with centuries of planning and desperation for freedom behind him. His interactions with Vlad Tepes highlight his tactical cunning in manipulating situations to his advantage. Caligula's character is defined by his ability to perceive and exploit the desires and weaknesses of others. His offer of vampiric powers to Vlad is not an act of generosity but a calculated move. He recognizes Vlad's desperation to save his kingdom and his family and uses this to bind Vlad to a destiny that serves his own objectives. Caligula's primary mission is to free himself from his curse and confinement on the Broken Tooth Mountain, and he sees in Vlad not only a desperate ruler, but also a potential key to his liberation. By orchestrating the conditions of the Pact, Caligula shrewdly sets a trap where Vlad's transformation into a full-fledged vampire would result in his own freedom. The climax of the movie is the culmination of Caligula's long-conceived plan and Vlad's tragic descent into vampirism. Vlad succumbs to his thirst for blood, especially after an emotional moment with his dying wife, transforming into a full-fledged vampire. This act fulfills the condition for Caligula's release, breaking the centuries-old curse that kept him bound to the mountain. Vlad's transformation is not only physical but symbolic of his complete surrender to the darkest aspects of power. It represents the loss of his human self and the acceptance of the inner monster, a transformation that Caligula anticipated and manipulated. The story then jumps to the present time, revealing that Caligula, now free from the curse, has survived through the centuries. This temporal leap suggests a world where ancient supernatural beings move in the shadows of modern society. Caligula's observation of Vlad in the present, particularly his interaction with Mina, hints at future plans and also suggests that his plans for Vlad continue as he seeks to involve Vlad in his vengeance against the demon that imprisoned him. In conclusion, Caligula's journey from a Roman emperor to the first vampire in Dracula Untold offers a captivating blend of history and myth. His transformation serves as both a literal and metaphorical journey into darkness, exploring themes such as the corruption of power, the consequences of immortality, and the human capacity for greatness and monstrosity. Caligula's role in the film challenges traditional vampire lore, offering a fresh perspective on the origins of these mythical creatures. His legacy in the narrative sets the stage for possible future explorations, as his complex character and unresolved plots offer opportunities for further development in the vampire genre. Overall, Dracula Untold leverages the character of Caligula to enhance the entertainment value of the film, combining historical drama with supernatural fantasy. His presence adds depth to the narrative, making him a memorable character in modern cinematic portrayals of vampires. Hey, don't go just yet. If you enjoyed my video, I'd love to recommend another one for you to watch.